And now Uganda is here saying they wanted to borrow $358 million to bring electricity to South Sudan.
Welcome to Jimosi podcast. So this week, one of the trending stories was that Uganda is planning to borrow $358 million from African Development Bank to facilitate the financing of electricity to South Sudan. So they want to supply South Sudan with electricity. And so they went to try to borrow those funds, 358. And this news was all over. I think you guys have seen it somewhere else. But it was also discussed at one of the radios in Juba called Classic FM 92.4. So let's listen to their discussion, what they had.
That Uganda to borrow around $358 million for power line to South Sudan, other projects. And the question would be, recently when the president of South Sudan went to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia to talk about how they wanted to get the hydropower from that's Ethiopia. And now Uganda is here saying they wanted to borrow $358 million to bring electricity to South Sudan. How contradictory is this going to be for South Sudan? Yet the
what
president,
exactly do we want?
Yet the president of the country has said him and his administration is going to bring power to South Sudan through Ethiopia. And now Uganda is saying they're going to supply South Sudan with what? With power. Which means Uganda has interest in what? In South Sudan.
Yes,
it has always
had
with the
interest.
administrative decisions of the country, and this is where the government will have to come in and say, you see, last time we have already agreed, and Ethiopia is going to supply us with what? With power. So Uganda, please stop what you are doing.
Yes.
Okay. You'll be saying, Uganda, stop whatever you're doing. That's one of the contradicting. And
ago, or just last week, President Salva Kiir went to Ethiopia to attend the grand opening of the dam.
Yes.
And in one of the speeches that he read, he said that South Sudan is going to look for an agreement for the Ethiopia to supply South Sudan with electricity.
Yes.
So now between Uganda and Ethiopia, which of them do you want them? Which among us the two do you want to supply South Sudan with electricity?
So between Uganda and
Ethiopia.
If I were to choose which of the two countries should supply electricity to South Sudan, I would go with Ethiopia.
Why?
Yes. Because like the electricity that they recently launched, that is the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. It's I think 5,000
megawatts, something.
Yeah, over 5,000 megawatts. And Ethiopia itself is a developed country. Like if you compare Ethiopia to Uganda, then Ethiopia is more developed. And the way they handle their things is not sketchy. At least they have some, like they would
there's
make
a structure.
There's a structure in place. And currently, actually, one of the companies that is currently supplying electricity in Juba or some parts of South Sudan is owned by Ethiopians. Yeah, Ezra Group. They are the ones who run the generator power that is currently supplying power to South Sudan. So like we could just move the contract, it's from one Ethiopian to another. But I'm still sure Ezra Group will still be part of it. However, the deal might affect their prices because now South Sudan has another option of where to get stronger electricity and more reliable electricity from Ethiopia.
Yeah. Well, in my case, I will go with Uganda. The reason why I'll go Uganda is because of the distance. The investment that will be needed for that power supply to reach the actual South Sudan. Like when we say where the dam itself is located in Ethiopia, if you take that distance to where that hydroelectric power will be needed in South Sudan, it's way longer compared when you look at the dam in Uganda that is going to supply the electricity. So if you look at the distance from Uganda Dam to either to Numia to Juba, is way shorter compared with the Ethiopia. And it's not like South Sudan is going to get this power supply by doing nothing. They're going to put in their money.
Yeah.
So they're going to look at what can they afford. And the Uganda plan seems something affordable, in my view. It will be easier to import from Uganda compared to importing from Ethiopia because of the distance and how much investment is needed. So that's why I will go with Uganda. And reason number 2 I will go with Uganda is because this discussion of getting electricity supply from outside first started with Uganda. It's just that our country or our government, whenever there's a new source or there's new something, they'll go and say...
They abandon the previous plan.
And then they go to the new one thinking that will be way easier compared with these other ones. But the thing is about terms and conditions that need to be met. If you're not going to meet the terms and conditions of the Ethiopia electricity supply, they will not supply you with that power. So when it comes to how much it will cost to actually bring power to where it is needed in South Sudan, I'll go with Uganda. It will be way cheaper compared with the Ethiopian one.
Yeah, now thinking back, like in terms of distance from Uganda to South Sudan and from Ethiopia to South Sudan, I think Ethiopia is like above Sudan, right? So it will pass through Sudan. Or I'm confusing the map. Anyway, and also the two countries...
It's at the corner.
At the corner? Oh, okay. Yeah, and then both countries have surplus electricity.
Yes.
From one of the articles that I was reading, they indicated that Uganda achieved an electricity surplus following the September 2024 commissioning of the 600 megawatt Karuma hydroelectric power station on the Nile, and that China financed 85% of that plant. Yeah, they also indicated that the facility now enables the country to meet internal demand and export surplus power to neighboring countries such as South Sudan, Tanzania, and Rwanda. So it's actually not only South Sudan that is going to
receive power
tap
from
electricity from Uganda. Yeah.
And again, the thing with our people, some of our people have some issues toward Uganda. They all say that Uganda have a big interest in South Sudan.
Yeah.
So every time they see the electricity being applied, they are a little bit skeptical when it comes to that. But you can look at a good neighbor that is doing you good thing. You don't have to take it from a negative. Why are they the only people that are doing this? If they're providing stability to your country, then stability is better than a war all over. If Uganda were not to provide whatever, like the major part where people have problem is the soldiers when they come to South Sudan. This is where people have the biggest problem. And this is why people always think that this is where the whole interest start from. But look at South Sudan. When it comes to the food stuff and the construction material, we don't have those. And it is easier to get them from Uganda to South Sudan. So we're actually feeding on Uganda. If there's no Uganda, people will start starving. Because after we got peace, people stopped doing farming. And we all go to buy from the market.
Yeah.
So South Sudan is benefiting from Uganda as much as they look at the army side only.
Yeah.
And if the army side was to be withdrawn, you people, even that Juba where you people have that small stability will not be a city. There will be chaos all over.
Are you saying UPDF is protecting Juba? Preventing chaos in Juba?
If they are not helping, then why are they bringing them? They are helping in a way. There's a way that
they are also
helping
gaining.
these people.
Like last time, I think I saw somewhere that they were going to get paid millions of dollars.
Yes, because you know.
So it's not like they're doing it free of charge or as a charity.
You know what they do? They risk their life. So when you risk your life to come and die in a foreign country, you have to be rewarded.
Risk is risk. If you are risking your life for your country or another country, so long as you are getting paid, then that's your line of duty or your profession.
No, but they can't go to a new country and fight for free.
No, I'm not saying they are fighting. They should fight for free. I'm just saying that it's not only South Sudan that is benefiting from Uganda. Ugandans are also benefiting from South Sudan. As much as you're trying to put it like UPDF is protecting Juba, they are not doing
it's
it
giving
free
them
of
the
charge.
stability. Yeah, it's not free
and
of
a
charge.
source of income as well.
Yes.
So there's something in for
so
them.
all of them are benefiting.
True.
And and no one should get mad at that. But let's look at it this way. And today, this the same day, the JETCO group, the committee that was working on the comprehensive report on the power purchase agreement with Ezra Group came to give the president the report of how they were analyzing. Because in the past, I've seen somewhere where they say South Sudan owned 48% of the shares in that Ezra Group, and then Ezra owned 52%. So it's
in
a public,
JETCO.
in JETCO. So it's a public-private partnership, PPP. So in that case, sometimes these people always have to review everything to make sure
terms and conditions.
Yes, our 48% is being respected. Is Ezra giving us our profit? Because these people are now generating profit, right? The money was already put in.
Yeah.
And it's now time to reap the profit. Are they getting the share of the 48%? So that's the report that was given to the president. And in that, they say that they were talking of how the same JETCO can supply electricity to the other 8 states within the country. So where exactly?
Generator.
Yes.
Just buy big generators or invest in solars and stop this bullshit of let's get this group to supply this. If
they want
Ezra
to create
group,
the same, they want to create the same partnership in each state. So take for example the way the JETCO is, they will not use the same generator that is in Juba. They will go to another state that they have decided on, build the same system like the one that in Juba, and then it is going to be the same public-private partnership, government owned, Ezra owned, and then they supply that state.
I don't think this is a good deal because so far we've seen JETCO is not reliable. The electricity gets cut like after some time. It doesn't operate, I think, 24/7. And also in areas where it operates, sometimes you find that there are some faults in transmission. So they have to cut it. I know that affects all electricity supply, even if it's HEP or hydroelectric power. But then generators need maintenance. And whenever you need to maintain, that's why we've seen that there have been so many deaths at places like Juba Teaching Hospital because of insufficient electricity supply. And also there have been a lot of fires that result from this generator thing. So like the operation is not really...
this is why I wanted to ask you. Does the government of South Sudan really know what they are doing?
No.
1 minute, they went to Ethiopia. They want that electricity. The second minute, Uganda want to go back on the old agreement and borrow enough funds so that they can facilitate the electricity generation and supply to South Sudan. And on the third day, today, which is today,
they are talking of
how JETCO can go to other states. What exactly do they want?
They are confused. And I believe that's why the Classic FM hosts were talking of why are they contradicting themselves in that short clip that we watched at the beginning of this video. And then let me shock you. In that article that I read, there's a part that says within this framework, Kampala plans the construction of an electricity transmission line linking Oluyo town in northern Uganda to Juba, the capital of South Sudan. The project also encompasses a new substation in BADEA, Uganda. And that the modernization of existing substations in Karuma and Oluyo and the construction of a new substation in Gumbo, South Sudan. Ugandan government has already initiated negotiations with Chinese construction firm Sinohydro to develop this project, and that it aims to stimulate cross-border electricity trade in East Africa. So this is something that seems like it's already on the work.
It's already like the framework is already there.
Yeah.
How it will be done is already there. Places have been located.
Yes, they have
where the
even
stations will be, power stations will be. So this one seems more of a concrete plan compared with that of Ethiopia that were recently opened.
That's like they were considering, like the government is considering to sign an agreement for Ethiopia to supply electricity from the GERD dam to South Sudan. But now Uganda already has a plan. They have actually contracted a Chinese company to start working on this. And there's a location at Gumbo. Gumbo is in Juba.
This is where we say the government of South Sudan has its own issues. And that's why in the previous video, we told the Ethiopian government to be careful with the kind of deal that they sign with these people.
Yes, that they should be the ones billing the citizens.
Yes,
or billing
not the government.
buyers.
Otherwise, there will be too much powers all over.
Yeah.
And then again, in the other news, JETCO is thinking of supplying. For JETCO, I don't want JETCO to go to other states.
Yeah, same.
JETCO is not a stable electricity. You remember there was a time that we went to a certain hospital in Juba.
Yeah.
And from time to time, the JETCO power will go.
Electricity would go off. And
Will
then
go
they
off,
have
and
to
then the
switch to
solar will go on. And then it keep interrupting things.
Yeah.
Let's say on that day, if there was somebody in ICU, that person would have died that the same day.
Yeah.
Because,
or someone being operated on.
Yes.
Because it could take up to almost 2 to 5 minutes before they switch to solar energy. Yeah. And it's not reliable. That's what I said earlier.
Yeah. So this JETCO power, no, you don't have to expand that much. What South Sudan should focus on, because of the distance, should be the Ugandan electricity.
And also put plans in place to start working on Fula Dam. Because the GERD of Ethiopia, that is the Grand Renaissance Dam, was constructed between 2011 and 2023. That's like 12 years, right? 11 to 12 years, 2011 and 2023.
Oh, okay. It took that long.
Yeah. It's not that long, like if you consider all the things that go into it.
I thought it would take only 3 years.
Yeah. And I saw on Twitter, people were saying it cost around 4 billion USD. So imagine our 25 billion.
25.2 billion that was wasted.
That was stolen, looted, and ended in corruption. It would have gotten us something like GERD.
Yes.
Yeah, so they need to set some funds aside. It doesn't have to cost 4 billion. It can cost up to 2 billion if they can start from a small power station.
Yes, and then they keep increasing.
Import from Uganda, like something small for Juba. And then whatever they produce locally, they can ration it to the other states, right? And then as time goes by, they continue investing and expanding the dam. Yeah.
Yeah, this is really crazy because, no, Ezra Group and the JETCO power, no, this one should not go past Juba. It is not a stable electricity, guys. People have even said at midnight, they switch off this generator, this JETCO power, so that the generator can relax, can cool down.
It cannot operate 24/7. That's what we said earlier, right?
Yes.
Because generator will get overheated.
Yes, so it need to cool down.
Also, sometimes we usually have a lot of fuel shortage. So if the fuel shortage comes to play, then it means they might not have fuel at some particular dates, right? Yeah. What will they do? Like, where will they get the fuel to make sure that the generators are running to supply electricity?
All over the country.
That means they will not be able to, we will not have electricity in any part of the country. What happens to people in ICU, children in incubators, and people under operation for emergency cases? That's not like something that I would consider if I were to be part of that government.
Yeah, they should look at things this way. They seem that JETCO has been a game changer for them, but they can get something stable and reliable, like the hydroelectric, the one that comes from dam generated by water. That one is easy.
Yeah.
And it is constant. And especially if you get it from countries that have already established themselves, like Ethiopia or Uganda, at least those people will be managing all the technical work that is needed behind the dam for it to run. And then you can now start investing.
You just need to maintain your grids and the poles, electric poles.
And you talk of Fuller Dam. I saw somewhere that somebody said the Fuller Dam itself, there was a time that they were allocated some millions, either $48 million US or 38, one of those numbers.
Maybe that was for planning.
Where
did the structure and
so where did that money go? Somebody took the money. So this is why we say this idea of saying we'll build our own Fuller Dam will take ages, because there are corrupt individuals there that are willing to take money and build nothing. So it's better we go to people that have already established themselves, and we, the citizen, that are going to pay for the power, we have no problem so long as the power is available. And it will be cheaper.
Yeah.
When it reaches the time that the government will now be okay, and people that want to work in the country are now there. They want to do things the right way.
When this old generation is gone,
then now we can start allocating funds for the Fuller Dam so that it can be built by people.
Yeah.
And those people should be accountable. But saying we start allocating right now, these people will eat the money and they will start saying, oh, it's a claim with no credible evidence to support it. Did you see the money being given? So
they'll give the tender to ARC and Bolmil to construct the dam. Yet their area of specialization is roads construction.
Yes.
But then because someone has connections, they'll just do some deals up and apale and then say we are going to get subcontractors to do ABCD. But that's bullshit. They need like clear pathway of how to implement that project. And there should be some sort of accountability too on both sides, the government side and also the subcontractors. Yeah, and I was also thinking about pricing if we were to go with Ezra Group. Because of the fluctuation in fuel prices, the electricity will also be affected.
Yes, it will be going up. The tokens that they sell, every time the fuel is up, they increase the price of the token. You get less power.
And then even when fuel prices drop, they will not drop the prices.
Yes, they don't reduce. That's
like
why.
You see in most shops. When dollar increases, like when there's inflation, they'll increase the prices because most of them import those produce from outside the country, right? So they'll need dollars to go and buy those things, the items that they need. But then even when the dollar price goes down, or like it's kind of stabilizing, they don't usually reduce the prices again.
Because it makes up a lot of things. And in real sense, most of things do not get adjusted after the inflation has stabilized.
Yes.
So even in some of these Western world countries, there was a time that inflation were really high and the government worked on bringing it down. But the food prices and all of the other prices, they have not come back down.
No, but like
some of them have remained there. So sometimes it's like once things have gone up, never expect them to come down. Maybe like when you get sales that is now 20% off, 30% off, but reducing the price down to where it was supposed to be because the inflation has gone down, no, they rarely do that.
No, but the thing is, like in these developed countries, right? You find that in most cases, even when the prices go up, there are some items that you can always find on sale. But in countries like South Sudan, I've never found anything on sale. Maybe the only thing that you can find a bit cheap would be something like meat when you go in the evening, because they don't have like proper way of preserving it. They'll start selling you like big chunks at a reduced price or at the same price, but they'll add you more meat because there's nowhere they're taking it. If it sleeps outside the fridge, then it goes bad by the following day because it's too hot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only commodity you can find like a fair, sizable amount of meat with a good price. But then everything else, they are very expensive.
Yeah.
So with Ezra, no, like I won't encourage that. And then all this confusion, it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Just pick one side and stick to it. Because
Yeah,
I know like when they sign these agreements, they usually have clauses there. In case you default on ABCD, then these are the repercussions. Let's say you are paying a deposit. So what happens to that deposit? You've already started the deal with Ethiopia, and now you want to consider one with you've started with Uganda, you want to consider another one with Ethiopia, and then there's Ezra.
And then you want to expand with
Yeah.
Ezra.
How are you going to like collaborate with 3 suppliers?
And people will not even trust you.
Yeah.
Because they will know when something come up again, you are going to make agreement with another person.
True.
You can't keep making agreement with so many people. The trust will go down.
Yeah.
So it's better to stick with one plan. Unless like if you have the ability to finance the 2 plan and say South Sudan is big. Ethiopia can supply the other part of
These
Sudan
regions.
that is near to them. And then Uganda can start supplying the areas that are near to them. And we can still meet up all of them. But they should be in writing. And you are not supposed to meet with JETCO on this other side and you want to expand to 10 states on a generator.
It doesn't make sense. These people, they don't want to work. That's why they feel like 4 billion, that's amount of money that people like those in Dubai, they steal on regular basis. When you're wamekalia pesa ya mafuta. So clearly, it's not like the country is broke. They are the ones milking it dry. People want to loot the money and they are not even investing. It would make sense if they were injecting that money, even if it means Fuller Dam was going to be constructed and commissioned by an individual who's a tycoon within the country. And then we see like how to go about the payments and stuff. But they are not interested in doing those. They don't want to improve any existing structure like the hospitals. All you see is bank. Recently, I saw the house of the governor of Central Bank, the Bank of South Sudan. They built her house.
A lot of misplaced priority. Why do you have to build? Every person that is appointed has their own place of staying.
Yeah.
So you just report to the office.
And then all of them are South Sudanese. So what is stopping you from building your own house? You can stay in your own Rakuba and then use your salary to construct something decent. Yeah. So now when you get fired, you have to move out of that house. And then because it's not going to be a long-lasting position, people will not respect the premises. Someone will destroy things in that house. Maybe your children will destroy things, and then the government has to fix it for the next governor to come in.
New person come in, and like I've seen a lot of cases of these government officials refusing to vacate those houses that are said to be built by the government for their employees. This should stop.
Yeah.
Most of your people are able to build for themselves. So
some of them actually have their own houses.
Yeah.
Like when that governor's house was under construction, the governor that was there, I think it was called Garang something Alich, James Alich. His wife used to go to supervise the construction. So where was she staying?
Who give her the powers to go and supervise the construction of a government house?
Well, the husband was the governor. So
no, this country has a lot of problems to deal with. No. Anyways, so that's it for Jimosi podcast. Please tell us if South Sudan should go with Uganda for the power supply or should we go with Ethiopia?
Or continue with Ezra.
Or just continue with Ezra putting up his generators all over the country to supply the power. All right. So like the video, share and comment, and see you in the next video.
Subscribe.
Yes.